Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, the Eaton Squad. So on today's video is an update for foreign tourists and those travelers who are fully vaccinated already. So what's up with this type of travelers? Are they now allowed to enter the Philippines, or are they now exempted from the arrival and quarantine protocols to the Philippines? Details coming right up. So most of the video that I upload in our YouTube channel, I always get this question. Are foreign tourists now allowed to the Philippines? My boyfriend really wants to come to the Philippines because we have scheduled our marriage before this pandemic has happened, but now we have to wait until he is able to fly to the Philippines. So I get this question a lot, if foreign tourist is now allowed to enter the Philippines. Unfortunately, this is still bad news. With the current travel restriction, foreign tourists are still not allowed to enter the Philippines. If you ask me why, I don't really know the answer to that, because the Philippine government has still decided not to allow any foreign tourists to enter the Philippines this month in May. We don't know what's the update for June yet, or July, and then or in the next few months. So for this month, foreign tourists are still not allowed. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of our viewers are foreign tourists or with a relationship to a Filipino national that's been wanting to visit their fiancés, their girlfriend, who's been wanting to pursue their marriage and all that stuff. But because of this pandemic, everything was put on hold. So I don't really know why the Philippine government has not allowed any foreign tourists to come in the country yet, especially that you have to go through a certain arrival and quarantine protocol. And I'm sure those foreign tourists who's been wanting to visit the Philippines, to visit their girlfriends, to visit their fiancé, would willingly undergo the arrival and quarantine protocol just to be able to be there for their loved ones. For sure, most of them have not seen their girlfriends or fiancés for over a year now, because this pandemic has been going on for over a year now. They are the most affected category when it comes to the travel restrictions. For me, if you ask me if they should be allowed to the Philippines, I would gladly have them around. I would gladly welcome them back to the Philippines. Why? Because most of foreign tourists, especially if you are coming abroad, especially if you are coming from the United States of America, most of them now are fully vaccinated. Granted that they still have to go through the arrival and quarantine protocol, but they have that vaccine on them already as an added protection for this virus that's been going on for a while now. For me, I don't really see anything wrong. Why are they not allowed to enter the Philippines yet? But of course, it's the Philippine government who's making the decision. The IATF is weighing everything, if they are now allowed to enter or they should not allow to enter yet. So it's really up to them. That is just my opinion, because for me, they should be allowed back in, because like I mentioned, they still have to go through the arrival and quarantine protocol. They have been fully vaccinated already and all that stuff. So, but I am not the one who's making the law. I am not the one who's implementing the law. It's the Philippine government and the IATF recommending what to do next. So, unfortunately, we have to wait on that until they lift the travel restrictions for foreign tourists. My only advice to those on long-distance relationship, just really hang in there. This is just a trial for you guys. I know it's a long trial for your relationship, but this is something that you can all put this behind you when this pandemic is over, or at least this pandemic is under control. So just hang in there, guys. Don't quit, don't fight. I know it's a lot of stress for the both of you because you haven't seen each other for such a long time. You want to be there for each other, but you can't do it. It's like you don't have the control on the situation, but just really hang in there. And hopefully one day I can give you the good news that, hey, foreign tourists is now allowed to enter the Philippines. I can't wait for that day, because I will be the first person to be very happy, especially to those who are in long distance relationship, to be reunited again after this pandemic period. So my second update are the travelers who are fully vaccinated already. I also get this a lot, like, hey, I already got the second dose of my COVID-19 vaccine. Do I still have to go through the quarantine in the Philippines? Do I still need to be swabbed and all that stuff? The answer to that is yes. Even if you are fully vaccinated with COVID-19 vaccine, you are not exempted on the arrival and quarantine protocols to the Philippines. I know it doesn't sound right, as you should be exempted because you have been fully vaccinated already. But unfortunately, the Philippine government still implements to all travelers, whether you are fully vaccinated or not vaccinated yet, you still have to go through the arrival and quarantine protocol, which is 10 days stay in a hotel for quarantine. You will be swabbed on the 7th day. And if in case your results comes in early, like on the 8th day, you still can't check out at the hotel because you have to finish the 10 days mandatory quarantine. Plus, you have to continue the remainder of the 14 days at home monitored by your LGU. So I know this news is not so good news, but I really wanted to update you guys. I did not forget this category, and I really wanted to update, even though the update is not so good, even though the update is still bad news. But I wanted to let you guys know that I'm also monitoring this type of category, the foreign tourists and the fully vaccinated travelers, if there's any changes. But unfortunately, as we speak right now, there is really no changes yet. The foreign tourists are still not allowed to enter the Philippines this month. We don't know what will be the update next month. I will definitely keep you posted. As well as fully vaccinated travelers are not exempted from the arrival and quarantine protocols to the Philippines. So I really hope I can bring good news to you guys one day on this category, foreign tourists and fully vaccinated travelers. I really look forward to that you guys will be welcome back again to the Philippines. I know there are a lot of foreigners that has been discouraged to come to the Philippines already because of the implementation of the travel restriction. I can't really blame them, especially if you have somebody over here that you haven't seen for a long time, or especially if you have your family over here that you haven't seen for a long time but you can't visit them because of the travel restriction. That's bomb. Unfortunately, right now, there is really no choice but to follow what is the current travel protocols to the Philippines. So that is our update for today, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family whom you know that can use this video as reference. If you are new to our channel, welcome. We do travel updates, and if you are not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will be notified on updates like this. And to our subscribers and new subscribers, thank you so much for the continued support and trust to our channel, the Eaton Squad. I hope to see you guys on our next travel update. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye.